Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to What's Up Vlog, episode 133. We are back to the racing today, woohoo! Which, as much as I love the workouts, obviously the objective of those workouts is to get me better in the races. So I'm always really excited when these races come around. This is the penultimate stage of the Winter Series WKG Racing League. Stage 11. I don't know why I'm clicking that on, I'm not getting on the bike yet. El Pistolero, this one is called, and because of the way the schedule worked, it wasn't quite El Pistolero that I was hoping for, but it's still kind of honouring the great man himself by throwing in quite a bit of climbing, but like I say, not exactly what I was hoping for. So what El Pistolero is the London Pretzel, which means we cover, apart from the new roads launched in London, I think we cover every bit of the original London-Surrey route in both directions. So that means Box Hill and Fox Hill and all of the other flat sections of London. Not my favourite route, I'll be honest with you, but it is what it is, and racing's fun wherever you do it, or it should be. Fun? Is it fun? Yeah, fun. We'll say fun. So, league standings. All very tight. Couple have actually already been kind of decided, and I need to verify my own maths after this this video to make sure. But with Martin Bakker very graciously and sportingly promoting himself to the A category, that leaves the Bs completely wide open for Mr. Brett Smith to pretty much take, as far as I'm aware. Again, I will check the maths, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but it looks like Mr. Brett Smith is already our B category champion. That doesn't mean that's over though. There are plenty of battles going on further down the order. As with the C category, that one is wide open as far as I'm aware, all the way down from the top to the bottom. There are mini battles going on everywhere, and I'm pretty sure the title has not been decided yet. Moving to the Ds, Mr. Williams, Mr. Dwight Williams, fantastic effort, great surging charges by Ringvisser, Mike Mitchell to try and put pressure on Dwight towards the end, but the guy's just too strong. You're too strong, Dwight, and I think you know in yourself you will definitely be a C rider when we start the new league in about a month's time. So. Again, I will verify all these before I get too excited, but a provisional congratulations to you guys, absolutely stunning. But we've still got 2 stages to go. So we've got this race today, which I'm anticipating to take about 2 hours, given that we're on this London Pretzel course. So sorry for dragging you all out of bed on a Sunday morning to do a 2-hour slog around what is, you know, a pretty boring route, let's be honest. But I'm sure we can try and provide our own entertainment while we're doing it. Little precursor to my race. I have my FTP on Tuesday at about lunchtime. So as much as I want to be competitive in this race, and I will try to be competitive, I have kind of got that in the back of my mind. So I'm not, unless it's, you know, I'm still in with a fight in the latter stages. In which case I will give it my all. I won't be able to help but give it my all. But there is a good chance that if I'm looking sort of safe in a position, both from an attack and a defence point of view, then I might have to just sort of steady myself a little bit with a view to give myself the best chance of my FTP test. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, as it's just popped up on the screen, I've now got 29 minutes and 30 seconds to go until the race starts. So I will, usual thing, jump on, warm up, and do a bit of extra stretching this morning. I think I've been a little bit stiff. My dog sleeps in my bed with me, and I have to contort my body in the most ridiculous positions to accommodate him. I know, I made a rod for my own back with that one, but it does mean some mornings I wake up feeling a little bit stiff in certain joints. So that wasn't my stretching, by the way, that was me just sort of gesturing a stretch. I'll do some proper stretching, jump on the bike, and I will see you on the start pen. Right. Here we are on the start pen, 21 of us already. I just did a reasonably intense warm-up on the Surrey Hills, and a couple of full-on burst sprints as well, spurred on by the fact that I could see Tim doing them up ahead of me on the road.
So I'm feeling kind of woken up and ready to go. Happy birthday, Mr. Len Capel, by the way. Great to have you on here. Your presence will come after the race, certainly not during, if I can do anything about it. And I also believe it's Darren Hunter's birthday today as well. So if I am right on that, happy birthday, Darren. If not, happy birthday for whenever it is. I've got one in the bag. Right, so we've got a minute and 40 to go. 22 on there now, all the usual suspects. Great to see Velo Viking, Oliver Higby. Yeah, Oliver pointing out that I got Len the pretzel for his birthday. I really am gutted about that. I'm particularly disappointed having seen the other races scheduled for today are on the triple loops course that I wanted, but to be fair, they are later in the day, so maybe it was the time in the morning that meant we couldn't get ours ready in time. But there you go. Right, tactics for today. Well, firstly, targets for today in terms of the riders I'm looking at. One of my main rivals is Darren Hunter, and he is not here today as far as I'm aware. Not that I can see so far. Pardon me. Oliver Higby has been a target of mine for the last few races. I will definitely be chasing after him. Rich Patterson, obviously, I had a very close sprint with. Jane Coates is always a target, but she's just too good at the moment. I'm not happy about that, but sorry, I got my WKG Go juice is a little bit fizzy this morning. The Coke that I used to mix with it wasn't as flat as I was hoping. So yeah, Jane might be out of reach. Anyway, look at this. I've wasted most of that time waffling. So let's get something in the legs. My tactics: not talk as much. Try and have a good group until the hills. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Thank you, Nick Pousson, for the ride on. I meant to contact you actually, Nick. I think you were one of the guys that was interested in the kit. And I can confirm we can send to South Africa, but I need you to send me your email address so I can give you a login for the Endura ordering hub. Anyway, I'm not talking for a while. Okay, so 5k in, I managed to keep the chat to a minimum and got myself in a decent group here with Padrone, M Horsfield, L Capel, P Wilson, Keith D, D Bruce, and we've got Velo Viking just 11 behind with W Lynch, Robert Mickelson 20 behind, Jane 20 behind, B Brugman 17 back. Catherine's there as well, Catherine Denton. Oops, let's keep an eye on this. I'm getting dropped off the back here. That's not good. Usual stupid thing. But concentrate. That's so daft. Mid to high fours just to get back with the bunch I was already with. Pay attention, you idiot. Now I've got to try and get my heart back down again. Just trying to remember everything I've learnt from my workouts. In terms of keeping my upper body still, driving through the legs, nice round circles with the pedals, control my breathing. Thank you, Cameron. Mr. Flynn, for the ride on. Great to see you, buddy. Sorry I missed a load, but I've been holding back on the chat, as I mentioned. One more, Ryan Johansson. Cheers, my friend. I'm just going to run through this group again. Got Niall Simpson, P. Wilson, Len Capel, myself, M. Horsfield, Padron de Gas, D. Bruce, B. Roden, O. Higby, Keith D, Dan, J. Grenfell. All very tightly bunched after 12k. That might have been a private message, Oliver, but it's going to be broadcast to the whole team. Oliver's going to try and break Keith, so I've got to look out for an attack. Ah, Dave's jumped on, but in the wrong cat. No worry, Dave, just try and enjoy the race if you can. Alright, so, oh, I don't even know if I want to attack with Oliver if he goes. Dave's finishing off the wine. Yeah, I don't blame you for joining late, Dave. Beautiful summer's evening over there, wine and a pool. I wouldn't be on the bike at all. Hey, Ruth. Thank you very much for the ride on. Good to see you. I'm not sure you're in the D's today, are you? I think I only saw a couple of names down. I'm not sure yours was one of them. Oh, my glasses keep steaming up. I've sweated so much and there's not much air circulation in here. It's nice being back in this room though, I've got to say. Definitely prefer it. I'm hoping as the weather dries up a little bit, I'll get a chance to really get to work on the new Suffer Cave or Pain Palace, or I don't know, I'll think of a new name for it once it's built. Don't know how you guys are getting on up front, but as you can see, there is no way I can flick away from my screen at the moment. This is far too cagey and tight. It will split up when we hit the hills, obviously, so I'll see what I can do then. Remember, on this course, bonus points are for Box Hill. Hey, I got an arrow, that's nice. Cheers, Paul McLaren, for the ride on. Good to see you, my friend. There are a few attacks coming now, it seems. Well, not necessarily attacks, but efforts to put a little bit of hurt on. Niall Simpson, Brian Roden, both stretching their legs a little bit. This is such a strong, fast group in the draft though. It's going to be very hard to break away on a flat. Although Oliver's gone for it. He did warn me. Try and stay with this. Keith's dropped back a little bit, as has Peter. So we've still got Len Capel, M. Horsfield, D. Bruce, myself, Dan Lau, Padron, B. Roden, O. Higby, N. Simpson, J. Grenfell. Hey, T. James, Nine Rock Cycling, Mr. Ever Present with the ride-ons. Thank you very much, buddy. Off the back of this group again a little bit. I've got an aero. Hopefully that'll help me to latch back on without having to up my power too much. Whew. Got there just in time as the aero ran out. Not long now till the hills. So we managed to pull back D. Nielsen, I think it is, from the B's, who had broken away at the start. He's now in amongst our group. So it's Brian Roden, myself, Len Capel, John Grenfell, D Bruce, M Horsfield, D Nielsen, Padron, N Simpson, Dan Lell's still in there I think. I'll just flick away very soon. Yeah, D Bruce, then Dan, Peter and Keith are now a minute and a half back. With then we've got Andreas and Jane at about 2 minutes back. That's as much looking around as I'm going to do, I'm afraid, guys. Thank you, Pair from One Love. Thank you very much for the ride on. There's a few of you guys saying you're actually looking forward to the hills coming here. I'm doing quite well, stuck in this little bunch at the moment. Hey, Mr. Greenshields. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for the ride on. Thank you for your kit order. I'm sure you're going to love it. I know I do. If this kit's clean, I wear nothing else. But then I would, wouldn't I? Alright, we're stretching out a bit now as we come to the bottom of the hills. A few guys managed to make a bit of a jump here on myself and Dan. I'm tempted to chase. I'm thinking save myself as soon as we start going up. Now give me a feather. Aha, you beauty. That's 2 good ones in a row today. Thank you, Zwift. Alright, distance wise we're over halfway. Pain wise, I think we've had about 10% of it. I am disappointed I've lost that group now. You can see how quickly they're moving away. I wonder if I should have just dug deep then to try and hang in. But it could possibly be that I did that, couldn't get my breath back before the hills, and they disappear anyway, so I'm not sure it'll make that much of a difference. Just going to sit here with Dan for a bit. I've got to keep an eye on Keith and Peter behind me, because I'm sure they've been saving themselves for the climbs. Yep, into the tunnels, through the subway. Here come the hills. So there's that new marker. Just gone over there. Indicate the start of the KOM for what's this, Fox Hill? I think so. Okay, just coming up to Niall Simpson. Good job, man. Cheers, Mark. Team Type 1. Sorry again for those that I've ignored. Just trying to control my heart rate. Fox Hill done. Now, I've got to try and keep up speed, but catch my breath on the descent. 8:37. Oliver Higby beat me by a full 40 seconds. Good job, man. Look at the difference it makes that I lost about 30-40 seconds on the group before I hit the hill, and I know they would have climbed a lot quicker than me anyway, so it's not just like losing the draft, but I'm now 3.5 minutes behind the bunch I was with, 2.5 minutes behind Len, and 1.5 minutes behind John Grenfell and Padron. Let's just get a bit of a tuck for a second if I can. Come on, tuck down, tuck down. Or am I not going fast enough? So I'm going to have to get back on it. The question now is whether I can do a strong performance up Box Hill and to the finish line for what at the moment looks like by far my highest finishing position. That'd be fantastic. I should be able to tuck now, surely. 65 kph. There we go. Just as it starts to flatten off. I'll just shake out the legs a little bit. Thank you, Jay Salafia from Team Type 1 for the ride on. It's good to see you. I hate to say it, but I'm starting to feel a little bit of cramp. And that could be catastrophic. Towards the end of this race, just envisage locking up going up Box Hill, which has so often been the case in these races for me. Niall's coming back at me now. Good job, man. And you've got A. Felguera in the D's, holding a solid 5.5, 6 watts per kilogram there. Flying up behind me. Right, let's try and get back to that nice, steady, controlled rhythm on the flats here. Okay, so G Marshall now is the one flying up behind me. 3.9 watts per kilogram, just 10 seconds off my back. I hadn't been paying much attention to Mr. Marshall, so that's my fault. He's going to be with me very soon. I'll try and latch onto him if I can as he comes past. And A. Felguera as well. They're both just 7 seconds behind me. I'm going to hit my draft just before I get to the line so that I can get another power up and hope that it's better than a draft. That backfired big time. Right, now I need Marshall and Felguera to come past me while I've still got this draft boost on. It looked like they were catching me quicker than that, so it was a kind of calculated risk, but no, my calculations were as reliable as they usually are. Hey, Mr. Anchor. Hello, buddy. Thanks for the ride on. You need to get yourself in these races, my friend. Show Tim how it's done. Okay, Felguera's just 10 metres off me now. I'm going to start upping my power just a little. Try and grab the wheel as it comes through. Here we go. Oh, he's jumped on my wheel. Don't do that, man. Here we go. Marshall, you coming through? Here we go, they're both coming through. Or are they? Alright, Marshall, let's get on your wheel. Alright, we're inside the last 10k. But I know a few of those Ks straight uphill, up Box Hill. Cheers, Ed. Mr. Ed Angeli, Team Type 1, El Capitan. Great to see you. Looks like your race yesterday went really well as well, so good job on that, buddy. I really hope that takes off, and I will definitely try and join some. For anyone that doesn't know, it's the Team Type 1 regular race on Saturdays, and had a really good turnout. It looked really good fun, so I would definitely be trying to join in on some of those. when the schedule permits it. All right, back into the tunnel, through the subway, head for the hills again. Oh, I was hoping to catch Len before the top of the climb. I knew how important that would be, but he did a great job to get over a good 20 odd seconds ahead. And keeping an eye on Ferris and Keith and Jane as well behind me, who were putting out really good power up there. So it looks like at the moment Duncan Bruce is going to get the points in the C category for the KOM. Pardon me, for the KOM. I can see John Grenfell just 8 seconds up the road. I'd like to get to him before he gets over this little crest if I can, but I don't think I'm going to make it. Yeah, there we go. Len's on his way down. I'm aware that a lot of you guys will have finished already, so I'm going to repeat myself from most other vlogs. Really sorry I couldn't watch you guys, but as you can see, I'm fighting for my best ever finishing position here, and it's pretty intense. I'd like to think I'm reasonably safe now from Keith and Jane behind, but I've been caught out with much bigger gaps than this before. Alright, let's try and get in the aero tuck. No, yes, yes. Alright, we're going to pick up some speed. Here we go. Have a bit of a rest. Oh, 71k whilst not pedalling, that's lovely. Just keep my legs moving backwards. Have a swig of Go Juice. Inside the last 3k. Love that. Oh, let's get on the pedals. I left that a bit late. I'm wondering if John got cramp or something, because he looked to be really struggling just at the top of that little bump after Box Hill. He's usually a much stronger rider than me, so there must have been something going on there. I'm trying to work out my position, and if I take out non-league racers, I'm potentially on the podium here in top 3 in the C category, which is crazy if that is the case. I'm not entirely convinced. So I know Oliver's definitely up the road, but I can't think who else went with him that was with a league that is in the league. So I have to hold fire on my excitement. I'll get to the finish yet. Anyway, I've got this horrible little plywood ramp coming up, but only 2k to go. Feels good. Oh, Len up in the 6 watts per kilogram. I wonder if that's because he's on these boards just around this corner, or whether he's expecting me to attack and just thought, let's get out of the way of that. But I think you're pretty safe, Len, if I'm honest. 1400 metres over the bridge, back into the city. So see if I can scare Len a bit. Not sure I've got the legs, but let's give it a go. Look at that, straight up in the fours for Len. Good man. 4.8. It's alright then. My legs are going to die well before I get to you. Just so I'll keep you on your toes, buddy. I'll tell you what though, the fact that I've still got any kind of kick in my legs after that ride, that race, is really encouraging. 500, 600 metres to go. Len's at the line. Good job, man. I managed to hold off John, which is nice. Ferres, Keith D, Jane Coates. Is that Niall Simpson behind Jane? I think it probably is. Andreas Detail, Dan, Catherine, B. Bruggen, Velo Viking, Joe Walker. Joe, I thought you pulled out. Still going. Or was I responding to the wrong person? Here, look, John's up in the fours. Trying to put the frights on me. I'm too close, I'm afraid, John. Too close to the finish. I consider that a huge triumph. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Oh guys, if anyone's got the finishing order, please screenshot it for me. Oh man, I can't believe that. So the one time when I might be really excited to see the finishing leaderboard, I click away. I don't think there's any way of getting it back up either. Strangely, I'm not as breathless as I usually am at the end of these either. I think it's because it wasn't a sprint finish, so the last couple of Ks of that race is actually a bit of a rest. Well, luckily, we'll have Zwift Power to verify all the finishing positions. But I do like to run through them at the end of a race as well. Oh, right. One overriding, glaring, can't even talk, observation from that. I think the training's working. The Franklin workouts, I was loath to put too much pressure on myself because it's early days. I've only done them for 2 weeks, but I think it's as much the technique training as anything else that's really benefited me, in that I didn't have to concentrate as hard to keep a smoother pedaling action, and I'm definitely managing to control my breathing, control my heart rate a lot better, so that I can hold a steady. I think I was averaging probably 3.1 up both of the climbs, which you know, 3.1 watts per kilogram for me is it's really good for those sort of distances, and it's all because I was able to balance and measure my breathing. It looks like Keith and Jane have come through, and it looks like Keith might have just nicked it from Jane. Actually, I should have done that, shouldn't I? Having not been able to get the leaderboard, I could have just flicked back to see the other finishers. Anyway, so I suppose I have to thank Tim again, Mr. Fulford. Don't know where you came in this race, but I'll find out shortly. But my man, I hope it's not me being presumptuous, but I think my fitness is getting there. I think it's coming to me. I felt good in that. And actually felt like if I was attacked on the hill, I probably or possibly had something to fight with. You know, I was right up over FTP for most of the climbs, but it did feel like I maybe had a little dig if Keith or Jane or anyone had got any closer to me to try and fend them off. So anyway, this is sounding like a proper look how good I am video now. So it's because they don't happen that often, so I've got to be a little bit excited about it, haven't I? Anyway, right, I'm going to wrap it up. But before I do that, just to say thank you very much to everybody that's put in the kit order. It always excites me, the number of people that will be wearing these WKG kits around the world. It's amazing. There is a post within the WKG forum. If you want to if you're interested, just indicate with a comment in that post or a comment on this video, and I can email. You have to send me your email address through a private message, and then I can email you the login details for the hub at Endura, and then basically just pick your kit and buy it from there. It all gets delivered here, and then I ship it out individually from here. Any questions, obviously let me know. Incidentally, I've listed them as the WT Race jersey and bibs and the premium jersey and bibs. Rather inconveniently, Endura changed the name of the premium, so I think the WT Race is now called the Pro Race, and I think the premium is called the Pro Road. So go by the prices anyway. The more expensive one is the Race, the slightly less expensive one is the premium. So yeah, knock yourselves out, go and have a look, order away. I think that's it. Thank you very, very much for racing. Thank you very, very much for watching. And my next one's my FTP test. Tuesday. I will, as soon as I know with a bit more certainty what time I'm going to do that, because I'm going to live stream it, stupidly. But by popular demand, I will be live streaming the suffering. It's likely to be around lunchtime on Tuesday, which I know is really inconvenient for a live stream for most people. But due to work commitments, that's pretty much the only time I'm going to be able to fit it in that doesn't clash with other rides and races, etc. So yeah, I will live stream that, but obviously the video will be available for anyone that does want to watch it after the live stream's finished. And I'm going to have to properly rest and prepare myself now, because like I say, I feel like I've got a little bit left in me, but I definitely was still working hard in that race, so full on recovery time now. Right, enough babbling, waffling. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.